everyone, welcome back to the show. Now this show is all about protecting yourself from lightning and protecting your loved ones as well as your belongings and your property from lightning strikes as well. And we've been speaking to Professor Lucas as well as Mr. Letharuma, and they've been giving us a lot of great advice and great insight about how you can really protect yourself. Now we spoke earlier about how it's okay to use laptops, it's okay to use mobile phones as provided that they are disconnected from the power supply and you are far away from any doors or windows. It's perfectly safe even during the harshest thunderstorms, lightning storms, to use these equipment. But we also have another question from a viewer, whether we can use portable items such as portable radios, portable TVs. Is it okay to use those equipment during lightning storms?
As long as the portable devices are battery powered and as long as their antennas don't go outdoor. If it's portable antennas inside, that is fine. But if the antenna goes outside, then the whole purpose of that thing
and you are not going closer to the windows.
And obviously, you should not be close to the window for any of these devices. So even mobile phones or televisions, anything, if you go near the window, then it's a different problem. The field from outside can interfere with whatever you are using.
And also there is this phenomenon, something that always happens when you have lightning storms, and that is people say trip pekagya or the trip switch gets deactivated. So why does that happen, and what's the sort of connection between that and lightning and power surges?
A trip switch basically is what is really a residual current device. That is, normally the current flowing in the live wire and the current flowing in the neutral are equal.
Okay, so these are, I'm assuming, two types of power lines that we have.
He checks the input and the output. So if there's a difference in between, it gets tripped off.
Yes.
Right.
So while during a lightning, because you get a magnetic field created, so that magnetic field itself will trip off the...
Yes, so there can be a leakage current caused by that. And that causes the trip to going off.
Okay, so
a trip going off is not a problem.
Not a problem.
It's a safety device.
Okay.
A safety device.
At that time, is it okay to switch it back on, or should you wait for a little while?
No, because lightning is microseconds or milliseconds. So by the time you even think about it, that time has gone.
Okay. So the danger has passed by then. So it's all right. As soon as the trip goes off, you can just push it back up again. That's not a problem. And now I also have a friend actually who can tell you how far away a lightning storm is. So whenever he hears thunder, he has some way of calculating how far we are from the particular lightning storm. So how does that work? Can we also do it, or is he some sort of genius who can figure it out?
It's not too difficult.
Okay.
Now, what do we hear? It is thunder. It is not lightning, but thunder. I think you would know that the speed of light is very high, which is almost instantaneous as far as we are concerned.
Okay, yes.
But sound travels at a much slower speed. So whenever we see lightning, we almost instantly see the lightning. But thunder takes a certain amount of time to reach our ears.
If it's struck very close by, you will hear the thunder, and closer to the light, you will see the light.
Hear as a crack when they are close by. If it's far away, the distance from the top of the lightning to the bottom of the lightning would be different. And sometimes you hear
so you get some time lag between your hearing and your seeing.
And even the hearing from the top and hearing from the bottom is also different.
Oh wow, okay.
Because the distances are obviously different. So you hear it more as a roll or rumble rather than a crack.
So if you start counting while you see the lightning, you just start counting 1, 2, 3, something like that, until you hear the sound. So that means you can understand how the lightning has struck somewhere not very closer.
Somewhere far away.
So best is if you have a wristwatch, you can time it. If you time it, normally the time divided by 5 gives you roughly the distance in miles.
Time in seconds, is it? Yes.
A time in seconds. Divided by 5 gives you roughly
the distance.
So
that's
it's a fairly simple equation. And if the time is more than about 30 seconds, then it's fairly far away, you don't have to worry too much about it.
Okay.
It's when the time difference is less than 30, that is the time that you have to be anxious.
Oh wow, okay. So there we go. The professor has given us a little lesson now about how you can calculate and estimate. Exactly, we have an equation to work on. So I'll let you figure that out and write it down. We're going for a very short break. We'll be right back on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Everyone, welcome back to the final segment of Good Morning Sri Lanka. Now, I'm sure that all of you by now are pretty much experts on how to protect yourselves from lightning strikes, but I have to ask you this question. Now, it's not always, it's not free technology that keeps the lightning away from us. So there are some economics involved in protecting yourself from lightning as well. I mean, if you're going for specific things like protecting electronics, protecting very large office buildings or even your home. So let's speak about the sort of opportunities and costs of that particular situation. Come on, if I can ask you.
Yeah, so when it comes to lightning, so there are certain standards kind of thing also has come up onto these areas, lightning protection kind of thing. So as I mentioned, there are primary protection and secondary protection as well. So there are certain methodologies even has laid down in standards also to work out to your risk.
Okay.
To work out substantially about your risk of getting lightning kind of thing.
Okay.
So if somebody analyzing that lines, he will be able to see whether you need a protection or kind of thing.
So risks are going to depend on whether you have power line, telecom line, whether they are underground, whether they are overhead.
What's the difference between underground and overhead? Underground is better, isn't it?
Underground will not get so many lightning induced on those lines.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So based on all those factors, you can calculate a risk factor.
Okay.
And based on risk factors, you can decide whether you think, for example, do you have life insurance? I don't.
I don't either. Yes.
So, why? Will you not have a serious injury? No. You think that it is not worth it. It may not be worth it.
I mean, well, yes,
we may not have analyzed it.
Yes.
We may not analyze it, but indirectly, if we thought accidents are going to happen every day, we will definitely take insurance. So that is why new cars we will always take insurance.
Yes.
The same is true with lightning protection.
Okay.
It's like insurance.
So if you know the risk at what you are, then you can decide on what kind of protection that you have to employ. For that, how much it will cost for you. So if you know what kind of damages that can occur and what could be the losses that can happen to you and what could be your protection and the cost of protection, then you have to weigh out and see.
Okay.
And
of course.
Then there's another important thing. Sometimes you go to a vendor and ask about lightning protection. The easiest protection to put is this Franklin rod on top of a building.
Okay.
But copper being expensive, that will cost a lot of money. For most houses, the problem is not that. The problem is your computers are getting burnt. That lightning rod is not going to help you. So unless, so it's the surge diverters that are important. But putting surge diverters,
that is the second protection that I have been talking about.
That analysis is much more difficult.
Yes.
So if you unnecessarily go and spend money, you may not be getting a return out of it.
Okay, so it's very important to realize exactly what your problem is and then how you can address it. So when it comes to that, I'm sure it's important to then, can you refer to maybe the internet and find out these things, or is it important to refer to someone
maybe
like an
you
engineer?
have to find out the lightning activity in your area. For example, areas like Padukka, I understand, has very high lightning activity.
Okay.
So if you are in an area like that and you are top of a hill, you are very likely to get direct strikes, and therefore definitely you must put that. Now even standards say, even if your calculations show that lightning protection is not required, you can still go and put it, because you must make sure that you feel confident that you are protected.
It's like the both of us buying life insurance for ourselves, isn't it, Professor? But that's something else. for another show maybe that we can talk about the importance of life insurance. But again, lightning protection is definitely a form of insuring your life and protecting your life and your loved ones as well as your property as well. So I think we've come to the end of our show, gentlemen. So thank you so much, Professor Lucas, as well as Mr. Lepperumu, for being with us. It was definitely a pleasure for me as well. I hope you had fun this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very nice and we enjoyed as well.
Thank you very much. And we hope that you at home learned a lot as well on the program this morning. And with that, we hope that you will have a very safe future, especially when it comes to protecting yourself from lightning. So this is the end of the shows for this week, since it is Friday. So have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you on the other side of the weekend on Monday. Till then, take care.
Trouble.